Okay, folks, here we are on the 4th of July touring the wonderful lake house with our host, Colonel Alan F. Herzberg.
Well, thank you for that introduction. This is 1985 and the 4th of July as specified. This is the Herzberg Chalet, I guess you might say, and it's mainly a family retreat, and as you will undoubtedly see more of the family as the period winds on. We've just had quite a bit of rain, and this is the house. You don't see the water yet, I don't believe, but it's a little rise overlooking the water, and water sports are, of course, the main thing, plus fishing for those who are so inclined. And this house doesn't look too big, but it actually has 4 bedrooms and 2.5 baths, so it has a fair amount of accommodation for members of the family when they show up here on this. And we don't have any fireworks yet, but I believe they will come a little later. A very mild variety of fireworks, incidentally, but that is all that's authorized these days. As you see, it is kept in the rough pretty much. Nature takes care of things as a general rule, and doesn't do too badly. Now you're beginning to, I presume, see a little touch of water here and there. This is the back door, and is the way most people get in, so I don't know whether you could call it the front door or not, but it's close to the kitchen, and therefore that makes it quite popular. And as we get on in here, why, that is
well, greetings, Stephen.
Mrs. Herzberg, the senior member of the family.
Did he tell you while he was out there that he helped pour the concrete for the foundation?
No, he sure didn't.
I was a lot younger then.
That was a great day because they had to bring the concrete truck that had the long spout, could only come in this side, and the concrete had to be poured clear to that end. So Grandpa would have them fill it with a wheelbarrow and run like mad and pour it before it could harden.
Yes, this house is actually built on a former tennis court. In fact, you can still see marks in some of the old trees where they strung up the safety nets to keep the ball within the bounds. And this was once part of a much larger estate, as I remember. Who was it? The president of the
President of the Alabama Power Company, I think, was the former owner. And this was a tennis court, and Jones's house, which is one of the nicest in the area, was the servants' quarters. And the president's home was another one on one of the point, I believe the Islands
Yes,
house.
originally the island.
And this was his little sanctuary out here.
Now this, as you might guess, is the kitchen where the food is prepared. There's our pantry. Up there is a lot of the furnishings here were brought or contributed by members of the family as they showed up at various times. That's clock she made herself, and it keeps pretty good time. And even though we are guests of the Alabama Power Company as far as their land is concerned here, their services aren't always uninterrupted, so you have to be prepared to go without electricity. And the critical thing when you don't have electricity is the water pump's not working, and our tank is rather small, so we run out of water very quickly when there's no electricity.
I think an interesting story, Steve, about our appliances, that my brother Jim was still working for the Alabama Power Company, and he bought the refrigerator, the washer and dryer, and the stove. It was another stove other than that. Over at his, where he was employed. They're all second-hand, but they've all been great condition and work properly. But we paid $64 for the stove, and he called up and said, "Is that all right?" And Alan said, "Sure, if it's installed." And he installed it. We were really embarrassed, but it was a great stove. The only reason we have this one, Jim thought it was a better stove, so before he sold his house, he brought this one up. Now about this floor, when we first stayed here, there was no paneling, no ceiling, just wires hanging around, and the stone floor. And Alan laid all this tile. Through the entire downstairs, he laid all the tile. And on the bathrooms, and he laid the rug in this bedroom. Then he also built those shelves over there.
Oh, yeah.
All right, what else should we tell him? Ann wanted to know. Oh, well, the stairway wasn't there for years, and we had a ladder leaning there, and people just went up to the attic, climbing the ladder, and everybody kept talking about putting a circular staircase, but it never happened. So one year, I guess I was a little annoyed, and I said, we'll have a stairway built, right? So Alan designed it, and we had two carpenters out here, father and son. They chewed tobacco all the time. They had to run out and spit every now and then. Our local help. And they built the stairway. However, about this tile in the ceiling, my brother Buck finally decided we were never going to get it off first base. So when we were over here, he and Alan and I went down to Montgomery, spent 5 hours on our feet selecting the tile and the paneling and all that. And then he hired some boys to come up and put all that in.
Okay.
Except, you see, when they put it in, I've got ahead of myself on the stairway, they left room for a circular staircase.
It was a 4.5-foot square opening there at that time, and it came, of course, it came there and moved all the way back. So we decided that we weren't going to get much furniture up a
Circular
staircase, and there was a trap door let down on the porch, and that didn't seem to be much better. So we changed our design around to take in a inclined
And
stairway.
that was another interesting point with our carpenter, old Harsh, who spit, you know. When he had to enlarge that, he said, you're going to have to take all your ceiling out clear to the back. It's not going to match. Remember that?
Yeah.
And I said, oh, my dead body, just put it up. It'll finally get dim with time. He nodded his head, but he did it, remember? He sure didn't want to do that.
We have here, I guess you'd call it the master bedroom,
Yes, the master sleeps there.
where we normally sleep. And I see it's all made up. Obviously, it's not used too much at the time. And
This,
let's see, most of the air conditioners were contributed by relatives, that is, children who hated to see us sweating in the summertime here. And I think that was bought down below Sears retail, not retail,
Alan
sales
Jr. bought
catalog
that
store
Alan Jr. bought that one.
by Alan and Lucy, who are not here, members of the family who are not here.
We have full bath there. But the bathrooms were completely mixed up because in the process of building, they didn't destroy the first set of plans, so I have to give Buck credit. He finally worked out some way they could give us a full bath here and that small bathroom in the front bedroom and this pantry. He had to...
Well, before we go anywhere else, so the picture on the wall is very good. I don't know why I think that, but it is, and it was taken from a small shot that Ann got started on. She asked Jim to go through our uncollated photos and pick out one of our wedding at West Point, and Ann had that enlarged and came out pretty well because it's a tremendous
Sure did.
amount of enlargement. This is the bathroom. It's the only, well, no.
Yeah.
It has a tub and a shower. It's full services. The one backing it, which goes to the other bedroom, unfortunately, the dimensions weren't quite right, and they couldn't get a tub. We originally intended to put a shower in there, but they claimed they couldn't do it, so that's why it's pretty bare.
Might as well go upstairs because they're still cleaning the front bedroom.
Preparations are
after
being
you.
made here. The maid service is a little erratic around here.
Yeah, the light's gonna be a little low upstairs, but we'll try her.
We'll open some, I'll raise some of the shades. We go this room first to the right because that other one wasn't even built till late. So.
Yeah,
Ooh, they need some air up here. Wow.
Which room you want first?
This one. We call this the presidential at first because it was the nicest room. Jim Roberts and Alan laid this rug. We got it just a remnant. And then Alan designed that bathroom too. And we got our trusty plumbers, carpenters, those two carpenters. Our plumber wasn't all that trusty, but he was pretty good, McMahon.
Mm-hmm.
And
Wow.
so this was the next thing that was completed. And Alan laid the tile in that bathroom. Teacher's job.
We had to make that bathroom have two entrances so it could serve the whole upper floor here.
Now, this room was just finished last summer.
That's intruder from upstate New York.
Canada.
Okay, Seagram's, oh, yes, all right. Why that?
Now, this room was just had this wooden floor here.
I'm gonna get around to the other end of the room because the
Okay.
backlight of the window will black things out there.
This just had the wooden floor until last summer, and we decided that we ought to have a rug there and in the hall. So we bought another cheap rug, but I think they made a mistake and sent this one out, but it was already down for, I noticed it, and the boys never say anything about it, so maybe they just didn't have the other one in stock and gave us this. And you tell about these storage places, dear.
Oh, no, if you're pointing at that picture, that was when I was director flying up the Waco Army Air Force Base, and I'm in the lead airplane number 200. The shot is taken right over the Brazos River. If you could look closer, you could see the river through the clouds there, and that was just a couple of the other instructors and myself flying a little formation there over Waco. Those are basic training aircraft, BT-13s. weren't bad little aircraft. These are openings under the eaves, which gives us a lot of storage space. It's a little hard to get around in there without bumping your head. You can't. Maybe you can see the junk in there, maybe not. And some antennas there and so on.
And this was our attic fan. We were not going to have air conditioning. This was our attic
That's
fan.
an exhaust fan there. And,
We weren't going to have air conditioning, but as time wore on, everybody got to the point where they wanted air conditioning, so we covered it up. And this is a donation.
That's from California originally. It's a California import.
Sure is.
Okay.
So it made a lot more comfortable. This furniture, I still think it's wonderful. Can't tell much about it, but this chest of drawers, during the hurricane, we saved all the Ethan Allen dresser drawers. So when we came over here, we found a cabinet shop that made these cabinets, I guess you'd call it, for us to hold the drawers very reasonably. And it gives us a little more furniture. As you notice, most of the furniture, in fact, all the original furniture was brought over in the boat. That's the way we lugged it, remember?
Mayflower?
Our boat, our old boat.
Oh. No, yeah, we used to, well, we used a U-Haul once, and other
Okay.
times we just took our trailer back and forth, a boat back and forth on a trailer, and would fill it to the gunnels
Yeah.
with household items.
And these shelves Alan built last summer, he just got carried away building shelves. I almost had to make him stop.
How'd you find the studs?
Well, you can tap. These are very thin walls. In fact, I don't have any wallboard. I mean, wallboard behind it. See, and you can see the nails where the
Okay.
wall was put up there too, if you want to look closely enough.
You don't have to do all that. You're going whole hog, huh?
I lost a lot of space up here because of the walls and the stairwell opening and all that. It was the best I could do with the space we had available.
Oh, this is what.
Well, watch your head there now. Overhead.
Can we go in the bedroom now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Special. No problem here.
4th of July special.
We don't mean you really ought to have this because if you're making a history of it, every year from the time we started, someone brought a puzzle, which we would do, and then Alan would give the credits on it
No, it's just Mom and Dad.
and fix them, frame them. And
No.
you can see how the years went.
Well, let's.
We're running out of space
Yeah.
to hang them.
You can't see this, but we give a credit line here. Like this one says Lucy Allen Jr., Nancy Allen Sr., Edna, June 1983. And this one of the Boston Marathon says Eric, Becky, Ann, Steve, summer of 1981. So you see it's a little history and miniature here.
I
of
believe that
occupants
one in
here.
the center might be the first one that was done. What year is that?
Which
Looks like
is
the one we brought over that.
relief here.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's pretty early. Alan and Lucy, June 1976. No, that's older, 83, 81. They're all in the summertime, incidentally, 85,
What's
and
this?
so on. Yeah, that's the earliest
I
one.
think that's.
Wait a minute, this was one of the earliest, wasn't it? Well, it's another one done. Allen and Company, June 78.
I remember we brought him down here from Ohio. 76 was early.
And this is something that Jim contributed. He's quite a collector of memorabilia or whatever you call it. Says rules of this tavern: 4 pence a night for bed, 6 pence with potluck, 2 pence for housekeeping, no more than 5 to sleep in one bed, no boots to be worn in bed, no razor grinders or tinkers taken in. Looks like discrimination. No dogs allowed in the kitchen. Organ grinders to sleep in the wash house, Washington Tavern. So, and that's is a real true historically of what some signs that happened there. This has a incomplete bathroom due to the fact there wasn't enough space to put in the tub and or the shower, and could have knocked the wall out, I guess, but I never wanted to do that much. So
Now this
that's one of our children. We have 4 actually, plus grandchildren. And,
he's doing his.
he's doing a 4th of July jigsaw to commemorate the 4th of July.
Oh yes, and the fireplace, which we have really enjoyed
Oh,
from
yes.
time to time, was a great controversial topic.
Edna has always said, I want a fireplace, I want a fireplace. I said, that costs money, you know. This is just a simple little fish camp. I mean, the natives all call these places fish camps, and I always resented that because I thought we put enough into it to upgrade it to a lake house. So it's a lake house now. I think it's accepted by the natives fairly well. But we paid what, $1,200 to get that fireplace? had the
was-
foundation for it when we built the house, but we didn't have anything else there. And that fish is a trophy of somebody but not us, but we thought it would be impressive to have it over the fireplace. It's a record bass caught in California, actually.
That's a real fish?
Yeah, it
It
was
comes
a
from a real fish, yes. There's quite a story about that. That was meant, I think, the sign in the middle was meant for a identification sign outdoors, but it looks so pretty that we decided to put it over the fireplace. And the television is a fairly recent acquisition, thanks to thunderstorms and lightning, which is quite frequent around here. Why any piece of equipment left plugged in often goes out of service as a result of lightning. On that,
For a long while, we didn't have any shades up because we didn't think anybody could see in. But one night, I was down on the dock fishing and I looked up and I could see everything going on. So the next day, we bought shades. I mean, we always had them in the bedrooms, but not in here.
now we can do the porch and
Yeah.
Oh, that picture,
The
I
rental
would like
car?
to mention that. A good friend of ours, Lucy Song, drew that. That's really supposed to be Texas, but we
It's-
decided that it looked better at the lake house.
she's a primitive artist, and
Oh, I don't think
Not that
that's too
primitive.
primitive. I like that.
no, she reminds me of that old lady that used to live in southern Vermont. Who
She's
was
not
that?
a grandma
Grandma
Moses.
Grandma
Moses.
Moses, but she does more finished work than Grandma Moses.
Yeah.
Yeah, we keep kind of a rogues gallery going. I imagine you already shot that.
Oh, no, I haven't.
Whoever we're trying to curry favor with, we put their picture up. And if it causes trouble, it gets taken down.
And tell him about game chicken.
Oh, no, you tell that.
Game chicken, Alan Jr. took the picture of the chicken. Game chicken, well, so they tell us, came up here on somebody's truck, probably an LL power truck one time, and got off. Well, she had no friends or relatives, and she lived here on her own for 2 years during some horrible winter weather, ice storms and whatnot. When we'd come over and we could feed her, but she'd keep her distance. And one day, whose dog was it? It was Fuzzy. When you all were here and Fuzzy got out and chased her, and she flew from the front there clear over Jim's boathouse.
She could fly.
She could fly like everything.
Go 30 feet in the
But
air.
we really admired her. I don't know how she managed. And then the third year when we came back, she had disappeared.
Okay, time for the back porch.
Okay.
And you tell him
Let's open it all the
how
way.
we insisted on screening it
Did
in.
you do our bathroom? I cleaned it too.
Oh
Yeah,
my.
briefly,
Would you
yeah.
like to see
Yeah,
the
no,
clean
no.
bathroom,
No.
Stephen?
He did it.
We did, we were in.
The left side is for people, the right side is for things.
Vacuum now, Tom.
And you are looking at Mrs. Adler, otherwise known as Ann,
Becky, don't stand on Abby's.
and her child Rebecca, Dawn, and a new grandson who has a name Abigail. I forget what her middle name is. Abigail. Do you remember, Becky, what her middle name is?
Florence.
Florence? Oh yeah, that's right, after my mother.
Yeah.
Named after my mother. I at least wouldn't claim that because it is the same name.
Yeah.
Our lot line goes as far as the trees go. You can't. The lot next to us is they cleared out everything up to their lot line. So we have quite a bit of protection against the rising sun at some time, which that seems to in that direction. This we try to clean up, but it doesn't stay clean very long. Really don't. Well, even when we find places to put things, they gyrate back here very rapidly as they're used. And as you can see, that we keep the jigsaw industry going all the time. There one
Two going at once.
two bits of work in progress, one here and one in the living room. I don't think there's anything there that Miss Herzberg would appreciate having
Okay.
preserved for posterity.
All right.
And,
Well, I
there, if you can see it on camera, is the old, what do you call it, pull-down stairway
Yeah.
up the attic. I've boarded it up both top and bottom, so it doesn't work anymore. But that was meant to be the way you got furniture up the stairs with a spiral staircase as a passenger ingress.
Grandpa,
Yeah.
did you want to tell about the statue?
Oh, the
Right there?
statue? Yeah, it needs a new coat of gold paint, though. This came from Moline. The affluent people up there throw good things like that out for the trash man to pick up, so I wasn't proud, so I brought it down here to, I think it's very handy. And if we put some fresh gold paint on it, it would be really attractive.
Okay, well listen, I thank you very much for your tour.
Wow.
I think it'll be very helpful for everyone to watch this.
Yeah.
Okay?
I
Thank
hope
you.
so. I certainly
Yeah.
hope so.
Okay, well, thanks again.
Only thing, well, if you still got any film left, it's too bad they aren't up here, but we maintain quite a few wild ducks when we're here. I don't know if they live on the rest of the year.
We'll try to catch them when they're here,
Okay.
okay? Because we will get them. Okay?
Yep.
All right, bye.
Very.
Don't forget the dock.